morning. Test, test. Good morning, everyone. How's everybody doing? Just getting set up here, making the social media post. Market just opened. I had a small red day yesterday in majority of my funded accounts. The only thing that was slightly red or slightly green was my lucid accounts. My funded futures was red by a few dollars. I lost about $200 in each of my 20 Apex evals. So, um, interesting to note today that since the U.S. government is shut down, the non-farm payroll has been removed. That's the first time I've personally ever seen that. So we do not have that red folder news, although it says we still do have PMI. I'm not sure why we wouldn't have non-farm, but we would still have PMI. That's interesting to note there. I'm going to start out by going over the current promos right now on Save on Prop Firms. They are the ones sponsoring these accounts that I'm giving away. The big sale right now is Lucid Trading. They did get Tradeovate, and for celebration of releasing Tradeovate, they have a nice sale going on. It's 50% off Lucid Test and Lucid Direct accounts with code Ninja50. You can use that 2 times per person, and then 40% off all accounts after that with code SOPF. If you do decide to buy an account, please use the link in the chat that I am about to post here in a minute. Let me go ahead and do that. There we go. I'm going to pin that. You can sign up for Lucid with that link. Please use Save on PropFirm's link to support them and support the accounts that they are allowing us to give away to our viewers. Make sure to use their link and code Ninja50 for 50% off up to 2 accounts. And then after that, code SOPF. Now let's go over the rest of the promos here. I won't bore you with this. Just going to do a speed run. We got 80% off Apex Trader funding, 1-day pass with 85 lifetime PA fee, special deal on the bigger accounts, the 250K and the 300K accounts you can get for $79 each. Then the lifetime PA makes them pretty damn cheap. If we come over here and looking at the pricing on Apex for the 250 and the 300K all in price funded, lifetime would be $164 each if you can pass on the first try there. Nothing from Blue Sky that's new. We've got 91% off Buell Knox on option 1 accounts. Option 2 is not on sale. We got 90% off trailing accounts at day traders, 80% off static accounts, and 40% off straight to funded accounts. They have 100% profit split. They do not take a cut, and they have automated payout approval. You have Funded Futures Network, 50% off all accounts, no activation fee, and buy one, get one free. Funded Next Futures, 10% off all accounts. That's Rapid and Legacy. Funding Ticks has 35% off all accounts, but that is for new users only and only limited to your first purchase. After that, it's 20% off all accounts. Lucid is 50% off all accounts with code Ninja50 up to 2 uses, and then after that you can get 40% off with code SOPF. You can use that as many times as you'd like. My Funded Futures doesn't really have a discount, but they just introduced a free Scale Flex add-on to their Scale account. You can add it on for free, and it increases the payout amount from, I believe, $1,500 per request up to $6,000. And that's a free add-on. I believe it's $127 for a 50K account. Fidus PropFirm, we've got 80% off OTP challenges, which is one-time payment. Those have no activation fee, or if you want to start cheaper, you can do 60% off their evaluations, which does have an activation fee. They allow for up to 15 funded accounts, 5 fundamental, 5 swing, and 5 static. Take Profit Trader, 40% off all accounts, no activation fee, daily payouts, no consistency, and you can get all in on a 50K account with daily payouts with no consistency for $102. It's unmatched. I say that every day. They are unmatched right now in this space. They're daily payouts. If you can get to that point where you can secure a little bit of money a day across the 5 accounts, even just like 250 $100 a day or something, you can literally turn their accounts into an ATM machine. Daily payouts. The Futures Desk, 60% off all accounts. They have no activation fee. Great group of guys over there. Great journaling, great analytics. Tick Trader extended their sale on their S2F Plus accounts. That's instant funding. You get 65% off. Or if you pay with crypto or Skrill, you can get an extra 5% off for a total of 70% off. Trade Day is 30% off all accounts, no activation fee, and daily payouts. No consistency as well. I am also competing in the Trade Day Influencer Cup. We will get into that in a minute. Great team over there, been around a lot longer than most of all these firms. Highly recommend They also just decreased the eval pass time from 7 days down to 5, and you can trade multiple accounts with them. Then we got Tradeify, 30% off all accounts, 5-day payouts, advanced growth, or straight to funded. You can have 5 accounts with them. So we're going to hop over here to the Influencer Cup. I'm not sure if it's been updated yet. I keep checking them daily to see, or keep checking all morning to see if it's been updated, and it has not. We are still showing yesterday's balances when I refresh the page. So I think it was I can't remember off the top of my head, but if we go back, I made $960. So I should be over 152. I'm not sure where I will sit against everyone else, but we'll just have to see here once they update it. Not sure why it's not updated yet. Now let's get back over here to the charts. If you first time tuning in, appreciate it. We got 10 viewers on. Like the video, subscribe, and drop a message in the chat. Say hello. Good morning to everybody. We will be doing a giveaway for a 150K Lucid test account in collaboration with Save on Prop Firms. If you want to pick up an account from Lucid, please use their link that is pinned to the chat and use code NINJA50 for 50% off on up to 2 accounts. But to enter the giveaway, you will have to type a command in chat. So I'm going to go ahead and put the giveaway up here so there's no confusion. Today is the 3rd. Lucid Trading giveaway 1x 150K Lucid test account with no activation fee. Will open entries at, since we had 60 entries yesterday and only like 30 people win the stream, I'm going to increase the requirement for the giveaway to start. So we're going to open the entries at 35 viewers. That's when the entry for the giveaway will start. If you get caught entering with multiple accounts with the same name and you do win, we are going to re-roll. I don't want people trying to game the system here. Now, let's get over here to the charts and see what we're talking about here. So it looks like overnight during Asia and London, we pushed up yesterday to our draw on liquidity that we were targeting in the afternoon session of day 2 of the Trade Day Influencer Cup stream. We came up there and we swept those all-time highs, making new all-time highs. So London took out the Asia high. Then starting at about 6 a.m., we pushed back down. And by about 9 a.m., 8:45, we swept Asia low. So typically, about 9 times out of 10, when Asia's high and low is taken prior to 9:30 in the morning, you can pretty much bet your last dollar on that price action is going to be pretty choppy. Then we were supposed to have non-farm payroll today, but it got canceled because the government is closed. So the market may not know what the hell it wants to do. So we'll just have to wait and see. Like I said, we're still showing PMI for 10 a.m. Red Folder News. I'm not sure why they would cancel non-farm payroll but not cancel PMI. So we're going to wait for 10 and see if that does come out before we enter anything. Looking at the 1 hour structure here, you can see we formed this swing low point. Then we made a higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. Good to note that price respected these order blocks here in the main threshold of those order blocks. mean threshold is the midpoint here. You can see that the candle's body did not close below the midpoint and it held nicely. I'm not sure what that big push down was right there. We're not expecting any news till 10 a.m. So I am going to mark out our hourly highs and lows. We got buy side up here, which is all-time high. We've got some sell side here. We've also got equal lows down here, which is quite frankly a pretty tasty looking draw on liquidity, because they're almost perfect. The low of this candle was 24,992.75. The low of this candle was 24,993.75. So it was 1 point away from taking that low. So it's almost a perfect equal low down there in the terms of if you squish the chart together, they look exactly the same. So that's good to note there. If I had to guess, since we already made a new all-time high on NQ and ES, that would be our draw down there. That is the one that sticks out to me and says, hey, this is where the draw is. Which one is the most obvious? And it's those equal lows that formed yesterday. But like I said, with Asia high and low being taken out prior to the 9:30 open, we're probably going to be pretty choppy here. I'd be surprised if we weren't. Looking at YM, it still has not made a new all-time high. Its all-time high is up here. We have not made one. So we do have high time frame SMT. So we've got about 12 concurrent viewers. Guys, please hit that like, drop a message in chat, subscribe, so you can enter in the giveaway once we open it up. So we looked at how NQ took out Asia high and low prior to 9:30. And if we look at ES, it also took out Asia high and low prior till 9:30. Looking at YM, we can see that Asia high and low formed. London took out Asia high, but we have not taken out Asia low. So that is a lower time frame SMT at the same time with a higher time frame SMT on the daily, with ES and NQ making new all-time highs where YM does not. So market is not moving in sync. So I'm going to wait for 10 o'clock here to see what price wants to do and if that news is actually going to release. So we got some tasty looking equal lows down there. I believe that's going to be our draw. Can everybody hear me all right? Everything on the screen look okay? I'm going to set these ratios. I'm going to set my Tradeify account to a 2x ratio. I'm going to leave Lucid because they don't have a lot of drawdown, and my funded futures is regular ratio, but my Apex accounts I'm going to set to 2s as well. So when we do look for a trade, I will place the trade for 2 micros on the Quantower execution up there, and the ones that are ratioed at 1 will only take 2 contracts, and the ones that are ratioed at 2 will take 4 contracts. So we have Lucid, our leader. It doesn't have a ratio, it just takes whatever you put up here in the quantity on the Quantower execution. My funded futures are both at 1. Then we have Tradeify 150K straight to funded. It's at a ratio of 2. The other 4 Lucid 150K straight to fundeds are ratioed at 1. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. My 20 Apex 50K PAs are ratioed at 2. So if we drop down here to the lower time frame off of open at 9:30, we have literally popped up a little bit, retraced, popped up again, popped down. So Chop City right now. All while sitting around the VWAP here. Lucid is a really good prop firm. So far, no complaints. They have been fast to roll out updates, fast to give traders the stuff that they want. They have an update, a live updating real-time dashboard for all different connections, whether it's Rhythmic, Tradeivate, or Project X. Just added Tradeivate, real fast support. Payouts are almost instantaneous. You request a payout on their dashboard, it requests, approves, and you get paid within literally like under a minute or 2. I've been seeing lately. It's super fast. And they use Plaid for payouts, so the transfer is instant. It instantly gets transferred to your bank account. So that's good to note with them. I'm going to keep the chart over here on TradingView on the 5-minute structure to see how sloppy our current delivery is. You know, we're just chopping around here. Good morning, LSJ. And were you able to get your Lucid account set up that you won yesterday? Typically, I wait till about 9:45 on my trades. I want to wait till the initial opening volatility kind of gets out of the way and the market settles a little bit. But like I said, with non-farm payroll getting removed, but PMI still showing up over here on the economic calendar, I want to wait till 10 today to see if we actually get a reaction from this news and it actually does come out. I'm just confused on why they would release non-farm, or why they would remove non-farm but not remove PMI. So I'm just going to give it like another 10 minutes here to see what we do. Plus on top of that, the 5-minute structure here looks horrible. We're just ranging back and forth. It's a quick way for your equity just to get eaten up and you to get chopped out. So I would like to see a more clean delivery here. Good to hear it, LSJN. Do I teach or have a Discord? Would love to join. I do not. maybe as I continue to stream, if the interest grows, I may change my stance on that. But at this time, I just trade by myself and for myself. Um, ICT trader, ICT concepts. I use several different concepts, anything from inverted fair value gaps to unicorns to breakers to fair value gaps to order blocks. Mainly looking for my strategy is spot the most obvious draw on liquidity on the chart, the one that pops out and screams at you and says, "Hey, this is where price is going." That's basically I look for an entry to get in and target that liquidity as my target. Yeah, Georgia, I got an email from my AMP Live brokerage account that says NFP was removed due to the government shutdown. Um, but didn't get anything regarding PMI. So that's why I said I'm not sure on it. I would like to at least wait to 10 here to see if we actually get it or not. So the BDH competition, I don't know. Um, Personally, I don't know if I'm going to join it. I'm kind of trying to juggle a lot here as it is. I got these 28 funded accounts, plus I'm in the Trade Day Influencer Cup right now, which has this dashboard updated. We still haven't updated. It's still showing yesterday. It says updated daily at 6 a.m. Central Time as of data from 5 o'clock the previous day. But this is still showing only day one results. I'm not sure what the holdup is here because my balance is above 152. As far as the BDH competition, though, um, I don't think so. I think it's I think the person hosting that competition can't stand for the light not to be shown on him, and he saw that there was a trade day competition going on, and then immediately organized his own competition to basically overshadow the trade day one completely because the limelight wasn't on him. And I don't know. I have mixed emotions about the guy. Great entertainer, great marketer. Um, Makes shitloads of money, but some of his tactics and starting drama and calling people out and everything else and talking shit to anyone and everyone is nothing more than engagement farming. But if it works for him, it works for him. I mean, whatever. I mean, I'm not knocking his hustle in one bit. He's a marketing genius. So, more power to him. And as I was stating before, we are continuing to chop here. And if you look, I'm going to draw right here. I'm going to draw some trend lines, and this isn't for targets or anything. Like I said, prior to 9:30 open, if price takes out Asia high and low, you will typically 9 times out of 10, you can bet your money on it, see a very choppy price action or what's called search and destroy price movement. And as you can see, the movement since about the open is we go up and we basically take out the high, we come down and we take out a low. Then we return back up and we take out a high. And then if I was a betting man, I'd say we're going to come down here, we're going to take out this low, and then we're going to shoot right back up and take out that high again. And we're going to continue to be in this search and destroy range back and forth. Yeah, AMP is a good broker. Have great day trading margins, right up there with the cheapest. I think it's $40 for a micro ES contract and $100 for a micro NASDAQ MNQ. And then you've got the minis. One ES is 400 or one NQ is 1,000. You know, that's Ninja, about the same thing as Ninja Traders rates. But the thing I like about AMP is you can basically trade on any platform you want, or Ninja, not so much. So I like using Quantower. Um, so let's see if my crystal ball was right on if we basically tap this bottom trend line here, or real close to it. We did take out that low. So price just took out this low here from 9:40 a.m. Let's see if we just shoot back up over here and we continually play ping pong or we move down. And we've got about 2.5 minutes here till we get to 10 a.m. to see if PMI is still there. So NQ tapping that bottom trend line now. The Quantower chart is MNQ and the chart on TradingView is NQ, so that's why price looks a little different. But I use NQ for my charting when I trade on MNQ. I got about 1 minute here till that 10 a.m. maybe news. We don't know if it's gonna be there, just a maybe. About 30 seconds here. Any hope for PM session? A lot of times if we chop in the morning from price from London or prior to 9:30 open, taking out Asia high and low, if AM session is choppy and does the search and destroy profile, PM session will be a lot more clean. Sometimes, not guaranteed. So here comes 10 a.m. Looks like we do have some type of news from that volatility. Big push down there. Looking at it on the 15 here. A clean delivery to me, if price decides to do it, would be we continue down here. Price continues to push down. It takes out these equal lows. Then we see a reversal back up. Because that 1 minute candle just closed there off that data release. So we have a data high here. ES is data high. And YM data high. Good to note that YM has just now made a new all-time high. So it did finally catch up to NQ and ES. So we just swept that 1 hour low right there on NQ. We may see potential signs of a reversal here. Not enough R to be interested in targeting the data high here. I'd like to see a deeper push down. I'd like to see price push down here all the way to them equal lows. What's up, people? Guys, I will be right back. I have to use the bathroom real quick. But just before I go, like I said, I think we're going to see a push down here to these equal lows, and then maybe signs for a potential reversal there. But I've been wrong before. I'll be right back. Alright guys, sorry about that. I am back now. Looking like I didn't miss much here. One thing I may be interested in here, if we get it, is if price pushes up a little bit. Let's say we push up from here. Come on. Let's say we push up a little bit and we form a singular fair value gap here, and then price comes down and closes below that fair value gap. So I'd like to see a little push up here, 1 minute fair value gap be formed, or singular, and then price come and close back down below it. I would enter into a short for continuation down. I mean, this risk to reward right here wouldn't be bad either. If you got in right here and that 1 minute fair value gap, and we took a ride down here to these equal lows, that would be like a 63 tick risk for almost 325 ticks there. So you could have gotten in right there. So I think we're going to continue to push all the way down here to them tasty equal lows, because they do look mighty tasty. I mean, 1 point apart there. So like I said, if we get a little push up here, let me go ahead and put that drawing back. If we get a little push up here and a 1 minute fair value gap or singular fair value gap is formed, and then we inverse that, I'm hopping in short and gonna ride it down to them equal lows down there. So there's a little bit of a push up here. We do have some internal equal highs here. Price may push up and sweep those, bounce off of that trend line that we had. So we have formed a very small singular 1 minute fair value gap here. So if we do inverse that, my stop and then my take profit, the low is 992.75, so we'll go 5 points before that. So risk about 50 ticks. We'll give it a little bit of room there to make 320. The high of that candle, 76. The close was 76, so it did not inverse. So I want to see this little baby 1 minute fair value gap. I want to see that get inversed, and then would try a short here. But price may be drawing up to this data high here. You can see we just inversed this 1 minute right here, and price draws up to that data high and then maybe continues lower here. Thinking we may draw up here to take out data high before we move lower though. Let's see if we get an inverse here on this little 1 minute. Definitely think the draw is down. Very tiny. As you can see, we also have a little fair value gap here. Looking like we might inverse both here. There we go. In short. This is inversed. Let's see if we can ride this down here. Might get stopped out, but only risking 50 ticks here. So if we hit that, that's a 1 to almost 5 R trade. Come on, let the ass in fall out of this thing. Come on, push us down here. Come on, give us a big push down. Big push down under that low. Push it. Push it. There we go. Draw, I believe, is down here. Not liking the look of that candle though. Need these 1 minute inversions to hold here. Need a bigger push down. Looking like I'm going to get stopped here. Price may want to go up first and take out that data high before we go down lower. ES already got its data high. Same with YM. Yeah, I believe I'm about to get stopped out here. Yep, it's okay. Very small loss there. I had my plan laid out before it happened. Had my stop, my take profit set. Stop got hit. Only lost about $30 in these accounts and $60 and everything that was ratioed. You want to see how price responds here. We just took that data high. So I want to see how we get a response there after taking out that data high. Maybe looking for another re-entry short. All right, data high was taken. We do have another small 1 minute right here. After taking that data high, I may be interested in trying one more time here. It did inverse that, so I've got about 100 tick stop. To probably about 400 ticks. I want to see how this candle closes first, though. If we get a closure back below this fair value gap that's slightly inversed, I will try a short. This is something like this. We'll go slightly before. Slightly before 25,000 there. Looking for a closure back below this inversion. I don't know why I get that pop-up. I have Premium Trading View. All right. If this candle here gives us a closure back below that 1 minute of right here, very small, but still worth noting. If we get a closure back below there, I will try another short. ES and YM continuing to make new all-time highs here. Data high from 10 a.m. taken on all three. I may also be interested in a long, depending on whether we inverse this 1 minute. Since we respected this low here and ES and YM are pulling up, we've came up and rallied into this fair value gap once, twice, and haven't closed above. So it's a toss up, but we're consolidating here. Price is rather choppy. I really think the draw is lower there. So if this candle right now closes below that 1 minute again, I'm trying a short. And we got it. In short, stop above this high. The high of that candle is 108.25, so we're 2 ticks above at 108.75. Target 25 at 003. But looking like we're just going to continue to range here. Not looking good so far, chat. Yeah, NQ's range bound here, or the other two are moving nicely. You got 26,000 or 25,100 psychological resistance. So you have a psych level here. 25,100. But looking like I'm about to get stopped out again. But no, I do have premium trading view, but you're right, the chart does look a little sluggish and I keep getting those pop-ups. Maybe I need to try a different browser, delete all my site settings and cookies and cache related to trading view, or log out and log back in. I take a look at it later. Price hitting that psych level at 25,100. If that holds, we will be in good shape. If not, we will get stopped out. Price slightly over 25,100 psych level here. Looking like my stop's about to be 8 for lunch. Yep. So stopped out twice. ES pumping. New all-time high on ES. YM, new all-time high. So like I said before, we just inverse this 1 minute here on NQ. Gonna switch sides here. Gonna set for an entry long here. Stop below this low. That's based off of this inversing here and also having that psych level resistance that flipped to support. We may not get filled here though. It may leave the station without us. Got my bias wrong, that's okay. Just small little losses here. Yeah, mad choppy on NQ here. Low of that candle, 103.50. 103.50 is where I would want to be in. 2 ticks under this low would be 58.25. We also have this upper 5-minute fair value gap. that if we aren't able to get our entry here, we can try an entry with that if we do not get filled. So had our bias wrong. That's okay. I feel like we won't get filled there unless we get a slight retracement back down. ES pumping, getting close to 6,800. YM just on a complete frickin' tear from 46,830 to 47,250. What's up? How you doing? Where'd my thing go? Where'd my thing about the giveaway go? I don't think I deleted it. Let's see if we get maybe a little retracement here off of VWAP resistance to get filled. I guess let me retype it. Let's see if we get filled here. Close to our entry. Is it going to give it to us? Low there was 105.50. 2 points away. So I see another place that we could potentially enter here. Well, actually, no, there is no fair value gap there. It does look like there's one on MNQ, but it's super tiny. So if we don't get filled there, we will look for a fill if price closes above that 5-minute fair value gap, flipping it inverse. Will we get tapped in here? Looks like trade day just updated the results for day 2. We got 0-day J in first at 152.7, Forex Ike at 152.676, and FOMO Trader holding steady, moving up one place at 152.170. Canadian Futures Trader was in first place as of first day, and now he is back down to 150 even. That to me looks like he reset his account because he blew up with the even balances right here. Cove Trader blown, Tim Vesh blown, the Mighty Ox blown, Pine Tree Trader blown, Prolong Wealth blown, Trading with Travis blown, Fit Mom Trader real close to blown. Roderick moved up about 5 places. So yeah, that's where we're at. We are filled on that entry there, guys. Filled at 103.50. Make sure we're right here. 103.50. Stop is 58.25. And take profit is 83.75. So not the best of trades. Risking 180 ticks to make 321. Let's see if we can get over the VWAP and we can inverse this 5-minute fair value gap here. Or if we're just going to continue to chop and price is just going to come down here and take my stop because we have no sense of direction today. But yeah, holding steady, not risking too much, not risking too little, just looking for a clean trade in the Influencer Cup and getting my daily base hit and then leaving it alone. Like I said, this competition goes on all month to the end of October. We first have to pass the evaluation. This is just the evaluation leaderboard. And once the evaluation is passed, then you get into the funded stage. So that's where we're currently at. Let's see how this thing ends up. We have price currently back below psychological level of 25,100. Let's see if this level holds. Appreciate the support. Hope you guys follow along. Looking like price is just going to go back into this range and continually chop here. Hopefully we get a push out of it over the VWAP and inverse this 5-minute. If I get stopped out on this trade, though, I'm going to call it a day. Whatever the outcome of this trade is, that's going to be it for these 28 accounts. That'll be 3 trades. If all 3 are losers, I'd say I need to just hang up my hat and call it a day because obviously I'm not in sync with the markets, and there's no reason just to keep donating money, risking losing my accounts. So let's see what happens here. We do have this trend line liquidity here that is formed up here to note. And then the target that I have is a few points before the 2.5 extension, our standard deviation, which is about 10 points before all-time highs. Yeah, please quit with the spamming. No need to post the same thing over and over. That's not going to help your chances in winning an account. It's all random. Looks like psych level of 25,100 is holding. We did dip below right there, and we are recovering. We need price to close over VWAP here for a push up. Gonna set an alert here on ES to alert me when it has made a new high, as well as on YM. That way I don't have to keep flipping back and forth. And we can just watch NQ over here, the bipolar person who can't make up its damn mind today. Alright, Adiata gamers. If you don't quit spamming, I'm going to ban you or mute you. People heard you the first 5 times. Currently I have about 50 ticks on this trade. Want to see price come up, close above this VWAP, inverse this 5-minute. And I think we can continue up. Price trying for VWAP again. Currently sitting at about 20 or 21 viewers here. We get to 30, we will open up the giveaway. Currently up 70 ticks here. Price trying for the VWAP and the consequent encroachment level of that 5-minute fair value gap, neither of which have been closed above. Yeah, majorly sized down today with already 2 losers. I've only running 1 micro on some accounts and 2 micros on the bigger accounts. So if we can hit that and take it up to the target, we will get slightly above what we are down today. We will finish green. He's been put in timeout. 30-minute timeout there, bro. Literally, if you look at the chat history, you're like 80% of all the messages there. So we need to get over VWAP here. We need to close above the 5-minute consequence encroachment. So the thing that helped me with not revenge trading is I use this third-party software called the Freedom app. I've made a video about it in the past. I'm probably going to make a new one again though, since I just started streaming again 3 weeks ago after I let my channel sit idle for over a year. But what I use it to do is I use it to block my access to broker websites. So if I say I have Tradeovate, for example, on Sunday I'll go into Tradeovate's website when it's not blocked, and I'll set my daily profit goal and my daily loss limit amounts. And I'll go ahead and set those for the week. And then I will use the Freedom app, which runs on a schedule. Basically, you set it to run every day at a certain time. It'll cut on at a certain time and cut off, and use it to block my access to the Tradeovate website. So if my daily profit goal is triggered or my daily loss limit is triggered, I'm automatically taken out of the market. I am liquidated. And if I'm on a losing streak, let's say, um, if I'm on a losing streak, it's to prevent myself from tilting. So I can't get back into Tradeovate at all to change my loss limit level or remove it. So that right there has saved me quite a bit, and made me hold on to accounts much longer. I'll drop the link here in chat. It's use save on propfirm's link for it. You're welcome. So ES hitting resistance up here around psych level. you know, about 7 points short of the ultimate psych level of 6,800. So we've got a big psych level up here. Psych level 6,800, basically a brick wall, all-time highs. YM also has not made a new high here. But if you guys would like, I can make a new video on how to use that and how to set it up. And it'll really help with preventing tilt and controlling yourself. Because basically, if you can't get into the software to change your loss limit or remove it, there's basically no way you can tilt. And the software can be installed on Windows computers, Mac computers. It can also be installed on your cell phone. And then you can turn a certain function on it called locked mode, where it will not allow you to remove or turn. You cannot uninstall or stop the lock at all. So basically, you just have to wait for the timer to finish. Hourly candle did just close. Remove all these drawings so we can see here. Thor's hammer. Price currently under the hourly VWAP there. I'm not liking how we're not displacing over the VWAP here. Just kind of stalling and continuing to chop. We need the 25-100 psych level to hold here. It just ain't got no gas in it. It ain't got no gas in the tank. I tell you what, even if we don't get to the 30 viewers today by my auto liquidation time at 12 o'clock, I'm going to open the giveaway up for you guys. Looks like a few of you have been with me for the last week, and I appreciate it. I want to make sure that, you know, you guys are taken care of. We got more accounts to give away next week. Got Apex, Fidus, more Lucid. Gonna try to see if they can get us some Buell Knox and some accounts from some other firms as well. Funded Next, Funded Ticks, Day Traders. But I know the ones we got for sure, which are pending, basically waiting to come up on the rosters. Apex and Fidus, Tick Tick, and there's a few other ones. Price just not doing anything here. ES moving down, YM moving down, NQ undecided. Looking at ES on the 5-minute, price is currently inside a 5-minute fair value gap. On YM, price inverse that 5-minute fair value gap, but is currently in a 15-minute. And with the way the markets are all out of sync here, it's a toss-up between what we're going to do. So we're just going to continue to hold this trade, basically hand off the mouse, not touching the stop, not touching the take profit. It's only 1 micro. Nice little push up there. Let's see if we can get over this VWAP. We've tried 1, 2 times now. I like that displacement of that candle up off that 25-100 psych level. Now we need some continuation up. We need continuation. Not a pop, block, and drop it, because it's looking like that's what's happening right there. We popped it. They said, nope, we're going to drop it. Need to push up over the VWAP here. Price just really struggling to get over the VWAP. Trying to finish this protein shake from like 9 o'clock this morning. It's pretty rough right now. I let it kind of get room temperature. The link to what, Natty? The Freedom app? If you're looking for the link for the Freedom app, look up a few lines. sopf.link/freedom. I posted it again just in case you can't see it for some reason. Price trying for the VWAP here. Give us a displacement over this VWAP. We don't want to see that rejection. We want to see displacement up. Go up. Okay, I was posting it for Natty email. They asked what the link was. I would read their help and their fact about how the program works and what all it can do for you. It can block websites, it can block desktop applications on Windows, it can block apps on your iPhone and apps on your Android phones. Can't get over the VWAP, just can't do it. Yep. I think the market, Asia high and low getting taken out prior to the 9:30 open is chop, reason number one. But I also think the government being shut down and the NFP economic news release basically getting removed when it's been happening for years now is also another reason of chop here. Friday is Fridaying. You got that right. What is price doing here, guys? What are we doing here? Are we going to try for attempt number 4 to get over the VWAP? Can we do it? Or are we just going to fail again? Yeah, if you want to test for that out, learning about Asia high and lows being taken prior to 9:30, and you have trading view, you can check out this indicator by TFO called ICT Kill Zones and Pivots, and it allows you to set up the times of Asia and London to where it'll automatically plot them on your chart. That way it's very easy to visualize. But as you can see, like I said, Asia formed its high and low. London took out Asia high. And then before the 9:30 open, about 8:45-ish is when Asia low was taken. So normally 9 times out of 10, when that happens, leads to a choppy day in the AM session. All right, we're trying for the VWAP again here. Try number 4. Let's see if we can get over it this time. I'd like to see price get over the VWAP here. Over the VWAP, and then also over that 5-minute fair value gap. A closure above that, flipping it inverse, would be great. But like, for example, like I said, you can use that indicator in TradingView, but like that indicator wasn't available in Quantower. So what I used for it is I used this built-in indicator called time sessions, which allows you to go in here. It gives you 1, 2, 3, 4, up to 5 different sessions where you can draw a section like this green area here between certain times. So for like Asia, between 8 p.m. and midnight, I have it plot blue. So this is Asia here over there in the blue. And then for London, I have it plot in orange. And then the macro times, the important ones, since I do trade basically New York session only, these 2 green sections here are 9:50 to 10:10 and 10:50 to 11:10, and that makes it much easier. Makes it much easier to visualize those different areas of liquidity and highs and lows. Many different ways to skin a cat. So price did just close over the VWAP there. But don't get too excited yet. We may reject back down here. It is also closed over the consequent encroachment level there of that 5-minute fair value gap. If we flip to the 5-minute here and we look at that 5-minute fair value gap, price closed above the VWAP there, and we had a candle body closure above the midpoint or consequent encroachment of that 5-minute fair value gap. Those are both good signs that we're going to see higher prices here, as long as we can get out of this chop zone. So ES looking like it might want to start trending back up. YM is moving down. It's being temperamental and bipolar. I think YM and NQ are related and cousins. So I would like to see some continuation or displacement here on NQ up higher, not just a sweep of that high. So the thing about this trade day influencer cup here is I don't want to try to show out. I don't want to be at the top. I don't want to be at the bottom. I just want to keep it, slow and steady, like a turtle in a race. Slow and steady. And keep it controlled. Don't over leverage. Don't oversize. Just control my risk. Minimize my losses. And secure profits and just go for base hits because this thing is all month long, all the way to the end of the month. So first hump is to get over passing the evaluation. Once over the evaluation, then into the funded stage. And in the funded stage, there is no resets. We were up right over 100 ticks from our entry on that trade. Price did take out this swing high here, closed above the VWAP. ES and YM are trending down. NQ is trending up. Market is all over the place. We are back up over 100 ticks on this trade. We'd like to see these accounts flip back green for today and maybe recoup yesterday's losses. Like Apex, I think I lost about $200. So down about 75 on Apex. So that would be to 149. And then from 149 to the target would be about $200. So if we can go up here and we can get a target smashed at our TP level, just shy of the 2.5 standard deviation there, and before the all-time highs, the accounts will flip green and we will restore our losses from yesterday. So hand off the mouse, just letting the trade do what the trade does. We're just not really having any follow through here. We got about 40 minutes left before the auto liquidation time. So like I said, regardless today, if we get to 30 viewers or not, I'm still going to do the giveaway. So I will open up the entries at 11:45. But I'd like to get to 30 viewers. If you guys want to help, you want to share without spamming about telling people to share, I'd appreciate it. Subscribe, like, drop a message. Slow creator, trader here, trying to bring his YouTube back to life. Pushing a new high here on NQ. Nice, nice. Let's see if this level holds and we can inverse this 5-minute fair value gap here. Currently up about 130 ticks. If we continue up to our target, our red day will flip green. And if we do inverse this 5-minute fair value gap here, I am going to move my stop up under this swing point low here. The low of that candle is 25.91.25, so I would be at 25.90.75, 2 ticks below. So take a bunch more risk off there, but only if we see this 5-minute fair value gap inverse, and it still has about 2 minutes and 15 seconds before we close on the 5-minute time frame here. And what does inverse a fair value gap? It's when a fair value gap forms, then price comes back through that fair value gap, and then you get a candle closure with the body, the body of the candle closing above that fair value gap high or low, depending on whether it's a bullish or bearish fair value gap. So we would want to see the body of this current 5-minute candle being built close above the high of this fair value gap. That would then flip it to an inverse. So let's see if we get that. If we do, I'll move my stop up and remove a bunch of risk. It would take my current risk from roughly about 170, 180 ticks down to about somewhere in between 40 to 50 ticks. Like I said, I want to see this 5-minute inverse here. We've got about 1 minute before this candle closes on the 5-minute time frame. ES respected the hell out of this 5-minute fair value gap. You see right here we had this 5-minute fair value gap, and the only thing that went below that 5-minute fair value gap was the wicks. None of the bodies there, none of them, if I zoom in, closed below the low of that fair value gap. That's a good sign that the market's gonna want higher. YM, it had closed above the 5-minute, or it had inversed the same 5-minute fair value gap, but on the 15-minute, on the higher time frame, it has not. So we did just inverse that 5-minute fair value gap on NQ on the 5-minute time frame. So now it is an inverse 5-minute. So now I am going to move my stop up below this low here, which the low of that candle is 25.91.25. So we're going to go 25.90.75. 25 90 90 50. That's close enough. We're 3 ticks below the low instead of 2. It's close. So we've removed some of our risk here in this trade. What the hell was that? Random ass stop grabber 5000 candle at 11:26. Was there some type of news or headline that just came out? I mean, that was a freaking. That was like a 20-point candle almost. Now rip it. Rip it after you grabbed all them stops down there. Rip it up. Let's go. Push it. Push it. Push it. So we're getting close to this red day flipping us back green here. Need a few more points and then we will be green on the day. Hopefully we see some continuation here with that 5-minute inversing. Just slow, choppy movement here. Nothing really clean. So we moved our stop. Hopefully this is just a slight retracement here. This needs to be red. It's pink. Alright, now price coming down here with the VWAP. It was resistance. Hopefully now it has flipped into support and it supports price for a move higher. That's what I would like to see. Currently about 15 minutes away before I open the entries up here on the giveaway. If you are new here to my channel, please subscribe, like, drop a message in the chat. You will have to type a command in the chat to enter the giveaway. Come on, give us a pushback up over those highs there. ES is still holding that 5-minute fair value gap there. VWAP is holding on NQ. Would be nice if we could get up there to my TP though. I believe that would secure me my 5th day on the my funded futures accounts to make me eligible for a second withdrawal on them. So those currently down about $30 at the current price. So it looks like we would be a little shy, but that's okay. We're having a pretty nice movement there now. It looks like we're just chopping around again here. Nothing very clean today. Looking like a little bit of a retracement here, hoping VWAP holds. Like to see VWAP act as support here. I hope you guys are right. 92% says target will be smashed before 12 o'clock in the next 27 minutes or 25 minutes. I mean, we really only got to go up about 55 points, which ain't shit on NQ, but you know, on a day like today, where it's taken an hour to move 20 points, the target's pretty far away. Nice little push up there. Let's see if we get some follow through. Come on, push us to, oh, there we go. I like that. Push us to a new high here. Come on, give us a new high. ES moving up as well. YM is starting to move up. We're also trying to get the market's looking like they're starting to get in sync here for maybe a movement higher. YM moving up, ES moving up, NQ still struggling. Set some alerts here. I want to see a cross above this level. The high is 1125. We took out the high on ES from 1125 and on YM, but NQ has not taken out the 1125 high. So we'd like to see it get in sync with the rest of them. I just got a lot of choppiness on NQ, no follow through. The other two today, ES and YM, have been much cleaner moves. YM is what you would call the sixth sister. She is sick. Not looking good here. Looking like we have internal SMT, lower time frame SMT. ES and YM took out their 1125 high, and Q did not. Not liking the look of it. Only got about 22 minutes before I get liquidated regardless of what happens. Hopefully we see some gas in the tank and some cleaner movement here. Not liking the move down here. Looks like it's going to eat my stop for lunch. Yep, looks like internal low time frame SMT, ES and YM made new highs, taking out the 1125 high, but NQ did not. So looking like my stop's going to be eaten for lunch here in a minute, because price has closed back down below the VWAP now. Well, guys, looking like my stop's coming up here in a minute. Not liking the structure shift here on the lower time frame and the lower time frame SMT. YM is trending up. ES just slightly inverse that 5-minute. Just horrible chopping here. But the only thing that would save us now is that 25-100 psych level. We're about 10 points under it. If we do, because of the time, 17 minutes, I don't know. If I get back green on the day, I may flatten. But like I said, I get liquidated in 16 minutes anyway on the Lucid and Apex account, so I may just let it ride. Will I be live in the PM session? More than likely, yes. Trading the trade day account about 2 o'clock, 2:15. Probably start the stream up. So entries for the giveaway start in 1 minute. I'm going to go ahead and open them up. There you go. Enter the giveaway with command exclamation point target smashed. And Lucid did inform me that if you or Save on Prop Firms informed me that Lucid informed them that if you've already won a Lucid account in the past 2 weeks, that you cannot win another one. So LSJN, I know you won one yesterday. So in the lucky event that you were to win one again, unfortunately, they're not going to allow you to get it. And I can't remember off the top of my head who the other winner was, but whoever it was, you wouldn't be able to win it. So that's not a rule I made. Our Save on Prop Firms made. It's a rule coming from the prop firm that's providing the accounts for the giveaway. So that is out of my hand. So apologize about that. But it's only for the last 2 weeks. So if you want an account, let's say this week, 2 weeks from now, you could potentially win another account. but that's only for Lucid. My funded futures is the same, but we don't have any my funded accounts right now. I'll have to find out about the other firms. So looking like we might have some recovery here. Got about 13 minutes before auto liquidation time. Check the others. ES did slightly, just slightly, inverse this. So the high of the candle 1 and the 3-minute candle formation was 789.25, and the close of this candle was 789. So one tick did it inverse this 5-minute, but then we recovered. YM is still holding that 15-minute there. Maybe we will see a push here back over the VWAP. But man, this movement is sour. All right, if at 11:50, in the good event that this 5-minute candle's body closes above the VWAP here, I'm going to add on another contract just because I only have 10 minutes left in the session. That VWAP line needs to be a little bit bigger. So if this red candle flips green here and the body closes above the VWAP, in the next 1 minute, I'll enter another contract. It flipped green there. Will we get a close above? Got about 30 seconds left. Zoom in on this to get a better view. VWAP is at like 122.25. Closure in 7 seconds. Close of that candle is above, so I'm going to add one more here, one more contract long. Equal ratio on the stop to take profit of 100 ticks. So we're currently 2 contracts on Lucid, my funded futures, and 4 contracts on Tradeify and Apex fundeds. We got about 9 minutes left before we get auto liquidated. ES seems to be recovering here out of that 5 minute into that 5 minute fair value gap. YM is recovering nicely. NQ, we need you to get your shit together, man. I had my guy on the chart down there phone you, asking you if you could get your shit together, and you still ain't got your shit together. Come on now. ES just made a new high there. ES, new all-time high. YM trending up nicely. We need NQ to get it together here. Come on, give us a push here. Push us higher. Need about 6 minutes till auto liquidation. Come on, push it, bulls. Push it, push it. You guys definitely scamming. Looks like all of you. 23 concurrent viewers. 23 viewers right now. But we got 46 users or tickets entered into the giveaway. That's almost 2 accounts per person on the head. That's the exact math. 23 viewers, 46 entries. 2 accounts for everybody. I hear you. Not saying all of you guys did that, but there's definitely a few in there that have done it. All right, we got about 5 minutes left here. Let's get us a nice boner candle to the upside. Come on. About to flip green on the day here. We need a little bit more. Come on. Get us there. Get us there. Ah, that's not what we want to see. Keep pushing. Keep pushing us. YM still moving up. ES continually moving up here. NQ reclaiming the high of that 5-minute fair value gap. Come on, push us. Push us a little bit here. There we go. Flipping green on the day. Push us over this high here. New high on ES. There we go. Come on, give us that first target. Give us that first target. Come on, a little bit more. Come on, push. Push. Push a little bit more. There we go. First target. Yep. There we go. Moving this up here into profit. Let's go. Let's go. Got about 3 minutes left here. Come on, push us higher. Keep pushing here. We need over 25, 150 area. We got another psychological level there. Come on, bulls. Over 25, 150. Got about 2.5 minutes left here. YM did not make a new high. ES and NQ did make a new high right there, but NQ still has not made a new all-time high. Less than 2 minutes left here. Just going to let this ride out to auto liquidation time to see if we can get a little bit higher here. Or if I get stopped out there, I'll be stopped in profits. About 1 minute. Yusuf, about your question, the giveaway is only open to people that are subscribed using the bot, because they have to type a command in the chat, and I have the chat set to subscribers only, so they wouldn't be able to type a command unless they were subscribed. So we got about 30 seconds left here. I'm going to move this down to just above this high here. See what happens. In 20 seconds, we get liquidated anyway. Ten seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Lucid, Apex, liquidated. Gonna go ahead and liquidate the rest. Everything is liquidated. Come on. I liquidated you, Tradeify, and my funded futures. That's 2 days in a row. Okay, there we go. Looks like everything is liquidated here finally. All right, so we are small green. Total of 3 trades. The first 2 trades were losses. The third trade was a winner. Any amount of green, even $1 or 2, is still green, better than any red. So yesterday on Lucid, I was small green as well. So I'm small green on Lucid again. Small green on the Tradeify, 150K, straight to funded. The My Funded Futures accounts, I needed $100 profit on those to be eligible for a withdrawal. Only got to 35, but that's okay. That is just some more equity for next week. I only need 1 more day. I would like the balances to be a little bit higher anyway before I was to take a withdrawal. Yesterday on Apex, I lost about $200, so I've recovered about $70 of that $200 loss. Just small green, slow and steady. Gonna hit flatten all one more time. So let me catch up on the chat here real quick, see if there's anything I missed. Give some people a few more minutes to enter the giveaway. Looks like just a bunch of giveaway entries. Everybody agreeing to not being able to win 2 Lucid accounts in the same 2 weeks. And my funded futures. My guy, yep. According to Top G, I did call the market makers. You see my little guy down here? He fucking phoned him up and was like, hey man, get your shit together. I got his shit together and got us back to green. Might need to call him again. Back to green, yep, very nice. Despite being in a trade, you are calm and composed. Yeah, that putting on too much leverage will cause you to be stressed out and, lose your cool and cuss and act a fool and stress and grit your teeth and get your heart rate going. I just sizing down, taking it slow here. All these funded accounts here completely paid for forever. There's no other fees involved with them, so there's no reason to rush. I'm trying to get those Lucid accounts back to what they were. They were about halfway to the profit goal to take a payout. They were about 155,000. I almost blew them. So I'm slowly recovering those, trying to keep them from hitting the daily loss. My funded futures accounts need one more day for payout. Tradeify is down quite a bit too. Already taken 2 payouts from it, and these Apex accounts are about 25% of the way done towards a $40,000 payout. So I'm going to go ahead and close the drawing. I'm going to put up a poll real quick. Just to let you guys know, we have 53 users that are entered into the giveaway. 53 people that have entered. But yet there is only 26 people right now watching this video. So something ain't right. The math ain't mathin' here. So I'm going to put a poll in the chat real quick. Let you guys vote. I'm going to leave the poll open for 10 minutes on which way we will pick the winner. And it'll be with the wheel spin or the bot. Or if I can figure it out, we can do car race. So there you go. I'm going to leave that open for about 10 minutes or so. And let you guys decide. So right now it is 12:05. I'm going to take a quick break real quick. I will be back around 12:15 or so. Make sure if you've got double the accounts now, just to make sure the votes match up with the number of entries, that you bring in your other account real quick and you vote on the poll too, just to be on the safe side. Just fucking with you guys. All right, guys, I am back. Got about a minute and a half left to enter here. 40 votes. Currently, the wheel spin is at 38%, the bot is at 28, and car race is at 35. I do not have a Discord, Trader 007. No Discord, but it seems like there is a growing interest in it, so we may open one back up. All right, 12:15, ending the poll. Wheel spin 1. Closing the entries on the bot. Gonna move the names down there where the trade sinker chart is. Pull up the wheel spin. Pull this over here into view. Gonna start entering these 58 entries manually, 30 viewers. So we're gonna go ahead and enter them. So we got Loving Nature Guy, Top G, Kurigami, Sunil Kumar, LSJN. I'm still going to put you in it, even though you won yesterday, but if it does land on you, I'm sorry, but I will have to re-roll. Pro Trader 28. Mad. Moxie. Killer Viper. Sapita. Eminem. Raheem 570. Donna H. Matthew Mattis. Contract. Shark. Adel. Trader. Mazharah Haki. Magic. Triad. Joseph. Gangle. Pips. Puma. 9X. Future. Trader Z. Futures Wiz. BHVSHY. Ashok Kamer. Trader. Trader 007. Cole 13. Wander Guys. Suzuki. Olivier. Mathurin. Joyce Fernandez, Taupe, Claudia La Soris, Gunelli, Tyler, Guys, Joe, Mark, Chase, Your Dreams, Andrew 1232, Jay, Cora, Tyler, Edward, Ollie, Matt 08, Raphael, Hubert, Las Soris. Didn't we already enter a La Soris? La Soris and La Soris. So there's two entries right there with the same exact name. So I'm removing one of those. So let's not do that, guys. All right, 57 entries entered on the wheel. And if we look here, we can see that we had 58 users enter. There's one that had the name exactly the same for two different entries. That's why there is one difference. So we have 58 people, 58 users that entered. We have 57 inputs or users on the wheel. So I am going to spin it here in a second. So LSJN, if it lands on you and the other person who won the Lucid account the other day, it'll have to be a respin. Hopefully it's somebody new, but we're going to spin it. Good luck, guys. The winner that wins will get a 150K Lucid test account with no activation fee, a shot at getting funded and getting paid out completely for free. If you would like to sign up for a Lucid account, please use Save on PropFirm's link here with code Ninja50 for 50% off on up to 2 accounts. So I'm going to spin. Good luck. Here we go. Spinning. The winner is Ashok Kamire. Congrats, you've won a Lucid Trading 150K Lucid test account. Congratulations. If you guys didn't win, tune back in next week. We'll be giving away more accounts. We got Apex, Tick Tick Trader, Fidus. We've got tons of accounts to give away. Gonna line up some more for you guys. And like I said, if this is one of the people that won before, we will have to do a redraw, but I do not remember seeing this name at all. So Ashok Kamire, are you in the chat? Please drop a message in the chat. To claim your account, you need to message Save on Prop Firms on Twitter. Yep, there he is, Ashok Kamire. So I just put the Twitter handle. You need to DM Save on Prop Firms and DM them and say you won the account in today's live stream. I appreciate you guys tuning in. I've got some personal stuff I got to take care of this afternoon, so I can't promise I'm going to be back on to trade day 3 in the trade day competition. But if I am not back, I will hold off on trading it until Monday. If I am back, I will put a message on Twitter. Appreciate it, guys. You guys have a good weekend.